night will hold us close and the stars will guide us home. I've been waiting for this moment, finally alone. I turn to ask the question, so anxious, my thoughts. Your lips were soft like winter, in your passion, I was lost.
And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Super Clark, and here with me, my partner, no other than Pica. And I'm just gonna tell you right away that we welcome you to our Call of Duty Esports Day 2023 Community Frenzy. How are you today, brother?
Oh man, yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. This is indeed the finals of our Call of Duty Mobile Esports Day 2023. And Clark, just to answer you, I have a mix of emotions right now. Bringing you the action, yours truly here is the silver-haired speaker. So let's see how this is going to go. It's been quite a grind for all of these players already. We're not going to spoil anything, though. We're just really excited to be bringing you the action moving forward. And I, for one, am looking forward to a lot of these modes that we're going to have here today, Clark. But again, nothing to spoil. We're just going to be calling the action as they go by, because this is going to be one long day, but absolutely exciting for all of you Call of Duty Mobile fans out there.
That is definitely true. One long day, and it's very exciting to everyone because, you know, this is our Esports Day, by the way. So we just need to have fun. We just need to enjoy and definitely support all of our players, support our idols who will be playing on our long day Esports Day. Let's go.
Well, just to also add to the hype here, ladies and gentlemen, I would dare say that we have a lot in store for our players. It's not just gonna be the fun. It's not just gonna be the rewards either. But a lot of the bragging rights that's gonna come to to these teams moving forward. And it's not just the usual gist that we get here, Super Clark, when it comes to the team games, but there are also some one-on-ones here in case you guys are unaware. So there will definitely be a lot of that inner strength that they're gonna have to channel out of here. But let's see what's about to happen today and in the coming days as well.
That's something that I super like. And let's see, speaking of lightness, and this is going to be the first day that we're going to have for our schedule. Definitely, we're going to start the most exciting, the most fun game mode that we have. No other than the prop hunt. And followed by Team Deathmatch King. I think this is going to be a 1v1 in Hardpoint King. And the others, brother?
All right. So moving forward, we have Search and Destroy King. Yes, and again, this is going to be very interesting because the word King has a lot entailed to it. So let's see how that's going to go. But at the end of the day, before we cap off everything, we are going to see our squad battle royale. Yes, this is where that team element comes into play. But here we go. Finals of day one. As soon as it ends, we're going to move on for tomorrow, Clark. So this is what's going to happen. We have a 1v1 multiplayer from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. That's going to be quite long. And on the flip side, Clark, we do have solo battle royale. Now that I can definitely get behind.
That is definitely true and very exciting schedule game modes that we're gonna have. And after definitely the solo BR, we're gonna have a 3v3 MP dual battle royale, and the last one would be another finals of our BR. So that's really crazy on our finals day too. So let's see what's gonna happen. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be something that we can definitely enjoy right now. So what are the things that you are definitely expecting right now, brother Pica?
Okay, well, first and foremost, I'd say everything MP, right? I've always been an MP guy, but I think it really puts the S&D King to the test. That's one thing that I believe would hit my fancy. A test of patience, a lot of game sense. But we're gonna start off with one of the most exciting yet underrated modes for Call of Duty Mobile, which is prop hunt, right? So let's see what prop hunt's gonna be about here. So this is the list of all the players that we're gonna be tackling on here, Clark. So this is, again, as I mentioned, very very overseen because while it's not a tournament mode, it is definitely one to stir up some fun amongst our audiences, and not to mention among these players as well, right? So these players over here, they have a lot in store, but I'd say we're not really looking for gun action here, Clark. We're just looking for absolute wit. It's gonna be fun from start to finish. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this is gonna turn out.
Correct, and that's the reason why these players that we just shown you guys definitely memorize all of the maps and definitely the on how they identify the changes in the objects of any zone that we're gonna have. Definitely on how you hunt. We have the props and then the hunters definitely. So let's see how crazy and clever they are in trying to hide and trying to survive at the same time.
Yeah, I tried this mode myself, not so long ago, and I can definitely say aim isn't 100% your best friend here because it's
Right.
it's kind of like a wild chicken hunt if you may, because the moment that you catch sight of this rooster per se, you're gonna start running all over the place and try to chase this person down. But again, you brought up a fair point over there when you said they need to have map mastery, because the moment that you turn into something inanimate, right, or at least that's what we think, something inanimate,
Right.
it is gonna be very interesting on how you're gonna blend in without question, and just to not raise suspicion amongst the people who are still remaining in the hunt. So that being said, you're gonna have to calm me down here, because this is gonna be quite intriguing for me. Granted, how prop hunt for one it's one of those modes that people may take less seriously. I mean, I agree with me on this
Right.
if I'm wrong, but it's definitely why we play Call of Duty Mobile in the first place, right? It's just plain old fun. Sometimes a little bit of a little bit of stupidity, or a little bit of just that silliness can go a long way.
That's correct. Silliness. And that's the reason why players should somehow think outside of the box when, finding a place to hide, definitely. And that's the reason why they just really need to use even the slightest corner of each map so that they won't be found in a most easy manner of the hunters that we're gonna have. So definitely they just really need to do their best. On the other hand, definitely there are maps where you can hide right in their noses to where it's gonna be fun to watch, experiencing. Or maybe think about this, you are a player and then you're not really seeing, or you're not really knowing that, hey, in front of you there's a prop star right there and you're not seeing them and you're not knowing them. So that's crazy stuff that we are definitely excited to see on how the game goes on our prop hunt.
Another thing, Clark, that I personally find very interesting is how they're gonna try to move place by place, right? Because the moment that the hunters actually catch wind of where you are, maybe just maybe they already have an idea. Oh, this is probably where he is, or this is him right there, right? You could be that unusual basketball smack right in the middle of a desert, and then right as they think that you are that. Right as they think that you are that basketball, you're gonna start moving, and I was right. But eventually, that's where the chase really begins. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not gonna stop this any further. I think our players are set to go. They're gonna start bringing out the stoicism, the statuesque selves of them. But of course, it is anybody's game here, Clark. I am super excited. So with this blindfold, I love this part personally. Like whenever your eyes are sealed, and then it's just the traditional game of hide and seek where we're brought back to the old days. Oh, see that small few seconds where you open your eyes. It's just absolutely amusing. See what I said about basketball? There's a basketball just right there.
Here we go, and that's the reason why we are definitely seeing right now that they're really, since this is really an infinite ammo where they can use and shoot everything that you are seeing right now, and this is where their skills will be tested, and the mastery of the map will be the one that they just really need to use right there. And that's the basketball that you are talking about, brother. And let's see if someone will be getting a kill right away.
But we have like a good 3 minutes to actually still roll, and being one of these inanimate objects, whether or not it's successful for you to pick them off, it again raises a bit of anxiety, right? Maybe I didn't shoot the right thing. Maybe I actually just passed by him. I didn't trust my own gut. One more thing that makes this super interesting, Clark, is the fact that here in prop hunt, ladies and gentlemen, you don't necessarily need to be a weird object for them to actually find suspicion. There we go. We got a sack right in there. All right.
There you go. So that's the reason why it's very important for you as well to bear with the time as well, because we only have 20 seconds before it changes, or the whistle that they're hearing right now. That's 20 seconds only. So you gotta make sure that if someone is close to you, you gotta make sure that you also being tactical in that moment, to where you can also blind your enemies, right? By throwing the flashbang. You can definitely use that one so that you can change your position, you can change your object, so that you'll be able to survive. So let's see. Those are the things that we are definitely expecting for all of the players right now. But on our round one, we don't see it. A lot of, gunshots that we're just watch only on the first game. So let's see, moving on to our game two, if we're going to see any flashbang or any frag grenades that they're gonna use in getting a kill blindly, I should say, right?
That's true. Sometimes people tend to forget here in prop hunt that you're not always gonna be on the D. Look at this. We have a boss over here. we have a boss just trying to stay as steady as possible. See, again, the point I was making here, Clark, is that people tend to forget that even though you're a prop, but you can sniff right away, beautifully done, is that even as a prop, you're not always on the defense, right? You do have some tools in your disposal that can be very beneficial. Yeah, as you said, we get blinds, right? And because I'd say prop hunt is basically a weaponized Marco Polo. That's another thing
Right.
that that's another thing that we always want to imply to people. They also have their perks. Even if you're a prop, even if you're a plant, you do have the advantage to test the memory of your opponent, because the moment you get that flashback and they notice something different, wait, that wasn't there when I got here. So let's see. Oh, there it is! There it is! Oh my goodness, saw the heavens.
Getting that one right away out of the equation, and we're talking about another one, and that's the one that I am sharing earlier, that you gotta try to memorize the surroundings
Yeah.
itself. I know it's gonna be hard, but playing around this map and seeing all of the objects in front of you, definitely you got the idea to where is this gonna be the one that I saw earlier? It's kind of like that. You tend to ask yourself that, is this the one? I should be shooting this one since I have, you know, an infinite ammo, right? So those
Yeah.
are the things that they really need to consider if they really wanted to win, right?
And another way, because another way that the defenders, not only are they going to be able to, or rather the props, not only are they going to be able to survive this entire onslaught, also because they do have time on their side. So if pretend the hunters don't really actually land anything good, or sniff out where these props are hiding, then the points just keep racking up. You know, it's a matter of time only, where you can just pile these seconds. And yeah, there it is. As announced, we do have another couple of seconds, or a few more seconds, before the Marco Polo game begins again. So here we go. We've already had vision of people scouting. I'd say here garage, and really not getting anything out of it, Clark. So I'd say most of these props, they want to just blend inconspicuously out in the open. And another ticker for these props, Clark. This is not looking good for the hunters.
That is definitely true. And I just wanted to, I know this is out of the topic, brother. I just wanted to take the, or call the attention of our mission control, because I am seeing a lot of comments right now that our live is really laggy and they can't watch clearly what is going on with what we are seeing in our parade. So I hope we can do something about it, mission control, and see what are the things that we can do further in order for us to have a greater, I should say, broadcasting.
Yeah, quality
All right.
wise. Hopefully you can still
There
hear me,
you
Clark.
go.
Please tell me you can
That-
still hear me.
Yeah, I can still
Okay,
definitely
great.
hear
Perfect.
you, brother. All right. So that's the one that we were talking about earlier. I know it's fun. I know it's really exciting, and there's a lot of uniqueness on the gameplay that we are definitely seeing earlier, brother Pica. But seeing the comments, they keep on asking, "Am I watching right now the game? It's what is going on? What is happening?" So a lot of viewers doesn't see what is going on with whatever with what our with the game itself, or what are we talking about. So
Okay.
let's see. I really need your patience and understanding on this one. To all of our viewers that we have, we call the attention of our mission control. So let's see what action plan that we can do for all of you guys to give you a good or the best quality broadcasting for this esports day, for our first day.
Yeah, just a bit of just a tidbit here, folks. We're just trying to sort it out why it is a bit slow. But for what it's worth, we're gonna go talk about what prop hunt really is. So for those of you who have played hide and seek when you were kids, that's essentially what it is here for Call of Duty Mobile. But we again, as I mentioned earlier, it's like Marco Polo but with weapons. So what that means is somebody, of course, has to play it. Somebody has to be the one to tag, and the others also have to hide. And it's not going to be just one or two people that'll be hunting. It's going to be a lot. And whoever is it, per se, they're going to have to sniff out which among the inanimate objects around them are actually the animate objects, rather. So beautifully done right there so far. And that is only one part of our prop hunt. So we're going to have another game, I suppose, if memory serves. And for those of you who are waiting for those big, hard-hitting modes, you're going to have to stay put for that, because we're going to go to those later on. Not to mention, Call of Duty Mobile, right? We know how so many people have been jumping into the BR trend for how many years now. So you're going to see a lot of that moving forward. But today, I believe we're going to have a lot of the 1v1s, a lot of the kings, if I may, Super Clark. So Again, please stay patient with us. We're gonna do our best to get this sorted out as fast as possible. And for those of you just tuned in, this is the Call of Duty Mobile Garena Esports Day 2023.
That is definitely true. Enjoy and have fun, and make sure to have a lot of patience as well, because we're definitely sorting things out and making sure that we're going to give you the best quality broadcasting for our Esports Day 2023. And we appreciate your understanding on this one. And as we are done with our prop hunt first round, so let's see, we're going to have the next one right away. And let's see if there will be another exciting moment. And definitely we're gonna have a lot of excitement on this game, because you gotta make sure that you know already on how you can play as a propster, or as to say as a hunters. If you're a hunters, definitely you don't need to be afraid to shoot at literally any objects that you're going to see in front of you, because there's no general location where props will be. If you're hunter in Call of Duty prop hunt mode, so don't be afraid to use your weapons as your primary tools to search. So we're talking about searching because we're talking about hiding and seek, right? So in order for you to find your opponents, your enemies, to search them all.
And it actually validates a lot of the trigger happy players.
Brother, I can hear you, brother.
When it comes to, all right. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Maybe I'll try to unmute myself. Okay, here we go. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me better now, Clark. Right? Please tell me. Please tell me you can hear me. All right. So here we go. Moving forward, I'd say that.
I can still hear you, brother.
Oh, really? That's pretty interesting. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Here.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey, all right.
I can hear you now.
The heavens have been good to me. Okay, great. Now talking about that again, prop hunt, as we mentioned, it's a lot of the nostalgia that we've had, moving forward, because when we were kids, it's always gonna be that those inconspicuous hiding places that you would go to. But in prop hunt, it could be the flip side, since you are not your default look. Unlike when we were kids, we are what we are. We are humans, but as props, you can actually even switch how you want to look like. So that plays a big part in blending in with the surroundings. So there are no heartbeat sensors that's gonna save you here. It's just a matter of pure instinct and memory. So we saw how that game went, and of all the maps, Raid, because we know how modernized Raid is actually. So we have the garage, and then we also have the basketball court. We have the pool side. So these parts of the map are just very common when it comes to serious gameplay. But who would dare look at these spots if you're trying to look for maybe something like a vase or a sack of rice, so maybe sandbags or whatnot? Because thinking about it, it's a matter of using common and uncommon sense, right? Wait a minute, I just saw a stool there earlier, but that was not a stool when I got back. So it kind of changes a lot of the dynamics of prop hunt. So to those of you who have not tried prop hunt, by the way, during your downtime, if you're not really sweating in rank, you might as well hop in there, bring a few friends, and just have a little fun.
Just have a little fun, and including for you to have fun in playing the prop hunt, you got to make sure to have your headset, because it improves your awareness.
Hey, that's true. That is true.
Right? In order for you to hear your opponent's footsteps, so it's going to be easier for you to find them and to shoot every object in front of you by hearing their footsteps, because definitely they're trying to change their location. They're really trying to change their objects, and that's when the headset really vital in winning this game, right?
Yeah, that's another thing. I actually never got to bring that up. Thank you for that, because again, I've been playing. I'm not gonna lie, folks. For those of you who are tuning in, I've been playing ranked or in any mode in battle royale. Basically, they call it Duty Mobile without the use of headsets, just so I can try to ignite my game sets. Because having headset kind of have like you kind of have a perk, right? Especially with the whistle start, and some of these objects try to squeeze, try to squeeze themselves in and out of spots. But let's see how this is gonna turn out for game number 2. And of course, Clark, Super Clark, we're in standoff. So again, a lot of weird things. Look at this. We're seeing an apple box just literally walking around the back alley. This is too hilarious for my own liking.
I'm speechless right now. CMF says this is really crazy right now. So how are you going to make sure that no one will be able to see you from here? Here we go. That's going to be the hunters. Let's see if they can find right now. Throwing some frags right away and really trying to make sure that they can have some good start. Here we go. And really trying to attack and really shooting all of the objects right there, which is the best thing that you can do right here. And definitely that's the one that I'm saying earlier. It's searching all of the props. All I got to make sure is to hit all of the objects in front of you or the one that you are not really familiar of on that map, because that's the most important thing. Aside from the awareness, aside of the mastery. Oh, there we go. Oh, getting that kill. Oh my God, that's really good stuff for him right there. Finding props there, and let's see if they can, or their friends, or I should say teammates, will get another one right here. And this could be the perfect view that we can show you right now. Here we go. Take it away, brother.
I was thinking, was that guy actually a prop? Was that an air conditioner right there? Or I think that was just basically a box right at the window. But here we go, taking this overhead shot. It could mean a lot of things, and you could be anybody at this point. And as we saw how this game started rather, there was already a walking apple box, right? So and there, if my memory serves, somebody is laying flat on the ground, and they just let you live. You pass by them very inconspicuously rather. So, oh my goodness, here we go. And look at this: spare tires, couches, basketballs have no business being in this part of the map whatsoever. So, I think, as you mentioned, there's a lot of common sense that can come into this. But at the same time, this is also a perk on the side of if you're a prop, right? Because they wouldn't expect you to expect it. So it's a good game of back and forth bluffing here, Clark.
Correct. And there's a lot of additional objects from this map, and that's the reason why somehow, even if you master the map, it's gonna still be challenging for you. And that's the reason why, again, you gotta make sure to use your weapons and searching your opponents. And that's the one that we are definitely seeing right now. They're just really roaming around and really targeting all of the objects in front of them and wishing and hoping that they can get a lock. Oh my God, he's on
I told
top.
you,
I
told you that guy was a box. He was right next to a window, but oh my goodness. Oh man, and the clock's still ticking here. Look at this again. A sack of rice has no business being outside the window whatsoever. And I think it's not a matter now of trying to blend in, but it's really gonna be in those hard to reach places here. So interestingly enough, here we go. We have 43 seconds left on the clock, and I think some of the props are gonna run away with this untouched.
Especially the sack of rice on top of that door.
Oh, he's one. He's one. He's one of those.
Can you imagine? Can you expect a sack of rice on that top of that door? And here we go. Let's see if that sack of rice will be down or not. Here we go. We're seeing a lot of basketballs and definitely flower vases right here. And here we go. I'm still not seeing any kill point from our hunters, and they really need to do their best right now in order for them to get a kill, in order for them to get a point here. That's the reason why they're losing that game, or maybe because of the sack of rice on top of that window. I mean, on top of that door.
All right, so it's really hilarious to me. Oh my gosh, he chose the post. My goodness, he's gonna play this one really close to the chest here, ladies and gentlemen, because again, you are a post, you are part of the map, and this man right here, this is a very, very wise choice. But at the same time, you would start quite. Look at him, he just literally hid behind the good. He's just behind kitchen. Oh man, he's gonna run away with that super clock. I'm telling you right now. But here we go. If this box right here, this ghostly box, he's peeking through the window. I can't believe it. He's actually trying to use that third-person POV to see if somebody's actually gonna peek through house.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
He's being
Oh, he's been
That's the
had.
end of the game for him. That was really crazy. I thought I thought he will be able to survive right there, but this little box, let's see how long can he survive. That's not really unusual, and that's the reason why someone find him right away. Going on to the roof, and there's a lot of hunters right now going around, really trying to search using their weapons right here. There's a sucker prize on that one.
Oh, they got the box.
On that
They
roof?
got the box.
Oh, they got the box already, and that's the reason why they won the battle.
That was too hilarious. Man.
Crazy.
I could not take that, man. Like, okay, so Sleepy Cray definitely getting that, definitely getting that MVP on the board. Beautifully done. Now, you know what? You should have seen my face, Super Clark, and I know all of you didn't as well, but I was grinning the whole time, because I was keeping my fingers crossed and held my breath the entire time, especially after that post really just tried to stick it right next to Kitchen, and I thought he was gonna go the whole way. But again, we said it clearly a while ago. If you have the bullets, why not splurge? And that's exactly how they found both that post and that box. I think the box really overstayed its welcome over at house. I'm not even gonna lie. So if you're the owner of that house, wait, I didn't order any package. So,
and that box is not really unique right there, because we know for a fact that there will be no box on that area on that second level of house, and yet he stayed longer before being found. That's the reason why it's gonna be an easy win. That was really freaking hilarious right there. But it was fun. It was really fun, right?
yeah, and that was just 2 games. That's how we start off our Garena Esports Day 2023 Day 1 here, folks. So I already like what I'm seeing. But maybe just a bit later, we can still poke fun, but it might just come down to serious business, because there's gonna be a lot of pride, a lot of actual gun skill that will come into play, where the objects or where the targets actually shoot back. So it's gonna be a big problem for these players moving forward. And again, that wraps up, I believe, our couple games for the prop hunt. I believe Mission Control can confirm on that. But Clark, I'm already excited to see moving forward. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait how that's gonna be, because it was a little too fast, and I wanted more personally. But again, that's prop hunt for y'all. We'll never know how slow or how fast the games can be, dependent on how good these props actually hide.
Right, that is definitely true. And since we are done with the great and exciting start of our Esports Day 2023, brought to you by Garena Call of Duty Mobile, so I think we're gonna have a break after this, and we're gonna fix all of the laggy of our live. So let's see what's gonna happen. All right, we're gonna have a quick break right now. My name again is Super Clark, and my brother Pica will be right.
Hold on.
We'll be right back in a moment. Right now, before we go on break,
Yeah.
we're
We're just
have
receiving some
something to tell you
information.
about. Right.
Just a buzzer beater there.
That's how exciting it is. That's how exciting it is, brother.
We just got some buzzer beaters here, Super Clark, but that's how it is. Okay, so yeah, we're just getting word here, folks, that we do have a lot of COD points in store for you, but we don't want to spoil that, because we ourselves are actually trying to figure out just how big these parts of the lion's share can actually be. But we don't want to spoil that for you. Later on, you're gonna see how much these COD points are worth. And imagine how much BP Super Clark these players can actually purchase with these if they haven't already, or maybe even go for those big lucky draws moving forward. I personally am not a fan of lucky draws, if I can be honest. But if the stakes are good, if the skins are really up there, then yeah, why not? Hey, mission control, is there no way that we could still get in on this? Maybe me and Super Clark.
Yeah.
We could just take
I'm hoping
chance
too.
we can take a chance, a little bit of that. Let's see. Maybe we have innate prop hunt skills, up in there somewhere.
Right.
Or we'd be lucky in the battle royale field. We land on those good spots and just weather it out. Let's see how many COD points we can get after the dust has settled.
Why not? Why not? Right? And definitely, I don't have a lot of legendary weapons because of the COD points that I really need to have first. It's it's going to be useful in one of the, I should say, bragging rights that you can you can show to all of your friends that, hey, I got this skin, I got this legendary gun right now that I can definitely use, and let's see if I can win using this legendary weapon. Because there's a lot of, I know there's a lot of comment and feedback whenever you have a good skin and a legendary weapon. They're gonna tell you you're a skinner if you're not able to get a kill, or if you're not winning any battle or any game at all, right? They're gonna call you, you're just a skinner.
I both like and hate that idea, because there are really some people who take skins seriously, and it actually even shows in their skills. So, again, for those of you out there who put the blame on people with those vibrant skins, with those hit effects. I mean, we're not calling you out for that, not violently at least. But again, we understand how they can be really costly. So I think this is one of the aims that we have here for the community day, or rather for the community friendly the esports day here, because there are some players who believe in that buck, who put some pride in themselves for that for being able to purchase what they want. And again, we don't want to spoil on how much these points are yet, because it's a reason why. It's primarily a reason why some of these players are actually, some of these clans, some of these hard hitters, these sharpshooters are actually even here. And not to mention Super Clark, if I can be very honest, I think that one of the usual meeting spots when it comes to players who want to prove something is actually 1v1s, right? It's either team deathmatch or the usual frontline and kill house, the usual stuff.
Right.
But before anything else, Super Clark, I think this is it for reals. I think for the time being, we're gonna catch our breath a little because Prop Hunt just started off quite strong for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Call of Duty Mobile Esports Day 2023 Day 1 will be right back after this short break. So don't go anywhere.
Humanity is doomed to repeat the same cycles again and again. Take her far from here to a new life. There is no escape.
Targets in sight.
We tied for the lead. Hunter killer.
Targets in sight.
UAV recon ready for deployment. Hunter killer.
Enemy in sight.
Predator missile on standby.
Contact with enemy.
Marmeva Yusfi Sophie. I'm leaving this message in case, in the event of my death. You will hear many things about me. That I am a murderer, a monster. They may be right. But above all else, I am your father.
Sniper down. Targets in sight. Targets in sight. Hunter killer.
I will cut down any who stand between my daughter and I. I will cut down any who stand between my daughter and I. There is no escape. Die. Take her far from here to a new life. Humanity is doomed to repeat the same cycles again and again. We will have our Paris someday. This I promise you. If I die, take her far from me to a new life. There is no escape.
Targets in sight.
We tied for the lead. Hunter killer.
Targets in sight.
UAV recon ready for deployment. Hunter killer.
Enemy in sight.
Predator missile on standby.
Contact with enemy.
Ma merveilleuse fille Sophie. I'm leaving this message in case, in the event of my death, you will hear many things about me. That I am a murderer, a monster. They may be right. But above all else, I am your father.
Sniper down. Targets in sight. Targets in sight. Hunter killer.
I will cut down any who stand between my daughter and I. I will cut down any who stand between my daughter and I. There is no escape. Die. Take her far from here to a new life. Humanity is doomed to repeat the same cycles again and again. We will have our Harry someday. This I promise you. Die. Take her far from here to a new life.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the Call of Duty Mobile Esports Day 2023 Community Frenzy. And as you saw earlier before the break, we did have one of the most exciting and one of the most, I'd say, amusing, head-scratching moments called prop hunt, modes rather. So, however, I think we're gonna go to the nitty-gritty here, Super Clark. Yours truly here, Pica, still on the mic, and we are ready to witness here, Super Clark, a lot of gunslinging action from our TDM team.
Woo! That's really huge cards right away. And as our team deathmatch, let's see if there will be a lot of chaos that we are about to see, because we're talking about team deathmatch right here, and you're not going to move alone. You got to move as a team so that you will have a lot of good scores. And our yellow team that I am seeing right now with 10 points already. We have a 50 kill mark with infinite respawn, so you got to be tactical and be clever enough on how to use that chances or opportunities to win this battle. So you can see right there, our yellow team is really, I think that's going to be our Equinox right here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm seeing 16-4 right away. That's really again Stars getting another kill. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, this is a huge leap already in terms of a lead, Super Clark, but oh my goodness, here we go. And look at the medals that they've been getting here. So the entirety of yellow team, Equinox, if we could be right about that, if we're actually right about that, is this is a matter of confidence, right? So yes, no other shotgun comes close, I would dare say, than KRM. I, for one, am not a massive fan of the KRM because of how actually effective it is. But at the same time, in a mode like this or in situations like this, you're gonna want that one tap potential off of the KRM. And here we go. Now I think they're slowly catching up here. I don't want to be too pessimistic about this, but this huge lead so far that the yellow's getting, this is really gonna put Blue Team on edge.
That is definitely true. Let's see if that lead will give them a W at the end. So who knows, because we're still starting. That's going to be the mid part of our first round. And here we go. We're definitely seeing a lot of great movement and great teamwork that we are definitely witnessing on this battle. And just like that, our yellow team Equinox 35 total kills right away against 16. And that's really too far from our team W right here. How are they going to catch up? That's something that we need to find out moving forward, because right now they're definitely having a hard time. But this time, that's going to be the answer coming out from our CW, getting that kill using the same gun, shotgun. And that's the reason why a lot of players right here getting close to each other, because a lot of players also using the shotgun, to where it's going to be a close quarter battle going on right now from our team deathmatch, brother.
Oh look! Don't look now here, Super Clark. We're down to our last 5 frags over here on the side of the yellow. We got 4, and they're still racking it up. Another couple here, another 3, and this could be the first half on the side of the yellow. But here we go. Oddly enough, we're still seeing some sporting already coming into play for the first half, so that's an interesting call. Let's see. Maybe they just really want to go for that security. Now down to our last. Let's see if the yellow could seal the deal here. Looks like they will be. Yep. Almost there, 31-49 here, just less than a minute. Oh, and there it is. Team deathmatch. So that's wow, already. That's actually not the first half. That was actually the game itself. So beautifully done. I'd say that was game number 1. Super Clark, that was a bit too fast for my liking.
That is definitely true, and you said it beautifully done, just like that. Minus or Maynes, I don't know how to pronounce your IGN, brother, but that was really a good battle at all, being the MVP on our first game. Equinox, our yellow team, getting the W at the end of our first round. That was really a quick though. They just reached the 50 kill mark right away on our team deathmatch. Definitely, they know how to play around the map, definitely in Nuketown, so that's the reason why they use that in the most clever way, and that's the reason why they were crowned as champion at the end.
Yep. And you know, the one of the interesting points, folks, is especially for those of you who may not actually be too familiar with Call of Duty Mobile, is that Team Deathmatch actually spawns all over the map, right? So there's kind of like a randomized spawn point, just to simplify things here, and you don't always spawn where you last where you were last picked off. So it's also interesting how rotation really comes into play when you're a Team Deathmatch, because again, you know, it could go to your favor, it could not. So hopefully some of the players have caught on to that. But the moment we enter the lobby, you know, it's very interesting that there's already a chunk of lead. You know, there's already a big amount of frags on the side of yellow. So that goes to show how fast they actually just went for it. They didn't hold back. It's just a finger on the trigger. And yeah, we're gonna move on to game number 2. Let's see how this is gonna change things up, hopefully, at least for the remainder of our teams.
All right, game number 2, and you were right in saying that, you know, our yellow team moving ahead right away because of the shotgun that they're using. That was really freaking close combat battle right there. That was really a quick one, and that gave them an edge right away in terms of the scores, and our blue team having a hard time to pull it over and really having a lot of challenges in trying to go back to the game. And that's the reason why our yellow team Equinox taking that advantage right away and grabbing the W at the end of that one. They are really good in doing some strafing movement, and that's the reason why they managed to really have a perfect angle in getting a kill. That's one of the most important thing, or the skill you're going to have on those kind of movement in order for you to take an advantage in getting a kill and getting a lot of points away, because, you know, moving left or right, finding a perfect angle, doing some high ground. If you saw earlier, someone use a thumper on that second level yellow house window. Can you imagine that one? Getting a huge damage and getting that kill. That was really freaking intense and crazy strategy that our Equinox being used on that first game.
So we're gonna move on to our second game here, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw Nuketown just to get a load of we're going to have our second game here. I think we're ready. I think we're ready for our TDM match number 2. So, and interestingly enough, here, Super Clark, we're gathering points. It's not necessarily a matter of you know, just winding down the clock. So, whether or not you are one of those people who just really want to jump into the action or just wait on it, just make sure you have the right angles, as you said. You know, this is open for that. You know, TDM is one of those modes that will allow you to be both passive and aggressive at the same time. And with Nuketown, you know, we're just gonna trail back to that. I'd say there's not really so many spots that you can hide, you know, from Nuketown if you're one of those players who want to take things slow, because again, it's just that it's very common sense. But here we go. I can't say the same here for standoff as we do. Wow, this time around, you can actually see the action from the get-go. So let's see if Equinox can actually keep this momentum on their side. Or Eon Genesis.
Momentum is the key, but I'm seeing CW right here.
Okay.
Blue team losing one teammate right here, so they're just playing with 4 players. So let's see how can they have a great advantage using only 4 players. And that's going to be our yellow team right now. Let's see if they can have a good start right off the bat, really showing a lot of aggression and getting 2 kills right away. Let's see how crazy the battle it is with the shotgun, with the same weapons that are being used. PP-19 as well at the same time. That's going to be Bison. Let's see how good they are in using their skills. Mastery of the weapons, definitely. And right now it's going to be a slow one, being passive at the same time. Maybe they learned a lot on our game, our first round. And that's the reason why they're really being slow so far. They're really finding a great cover, and that's the reason why they're also having the advantage in checking out their surroundings, getting that kill. That was really a great start. Here we go. But our Equinox Genesis really rocking and loving kills right away.
Yeah, you get pardon me for that, ladies and gentlemen. Because a while ago we were looking at the overlay, but yes, it is indeed beautifully done right here on their side once again. And you know, I'd say deep down, Super Clark, being fragmented in this map really just gives you a boost of confidence, right? So it's one of those moments wherein if you start things off strong, like with game number 1, it will really take a toll on your opponent's mentality, regardless of the map that they're in. Now here we go. As you mentioned, there's going to be a variety of weapons here, and as far as I see it, with these you know, in this condition, specifically for staff, it's really such very easy to manipulate, and it's very easy to take good zone control here. For standoff, I'd say. And so far so good. We're seeing a better showing right here. Granted the scores that they had, but now it's almost half Super Clark, and I think again, as we mentioned, they're starting to pick up on what they learned from game number 1.
That is definitely true, and we are at under 3 minutes gameplay right here. So let's see, our row will be catching up in terms of the kill points, but right now they're definitely having some difficulties right here in finding a good defense and something that they really need to adjust. Let's see if there will be any progress. Just adding one more kill right there, but looking at it, our Equinox Genesis really taking that away from them because they are having 31 total points already while having a great rotation, sliding in. What a great movement at the same time with a 2v1 situation. That was really intense and crazy battle. That's how you win a fight. That's how you win a gunfight. You got to make sure that you have a great teamwork at the same time.
Can I also bring up this fact here, Super Clark, that, ladies and gentlemen, there are actually no restrictions here. So anything really goes, no matter the weapon you pick, even the perks, even the score streaks, and the operator skills. So there's going to be a variety of these here. This is what, ballistic shield is something you don't really see in tournaments at all, or hardly. Here we go, going SWAT mode over here on the side of Equinox. Let's see how this is going to go. Yep, up to the second floor for that raid, but no dice. I'll move in here. Okay, you know what? I would retract what I said, Super Clark, with progress on the side of row, or at least blue team, because now they are down to their last 4 frags supposedly, and barely half on the side of row/blue team. So now last couple kills, and this is definitely going to be the game.
And here we go. Oh my God, that's gonna be Claudio keeps showing us a sniper skill, but he's the one being killed right there. And that's the end of the battle that we just had on our game to Equinox Genesis, taking that over with our MVP right away. Prize. Oh my God, with rating of 75. That was really freaking good and phenomenal performances being shown by our yellow team on our game too. Congratulations.
They basically walk away with this unscathed, without taking a single L here, and beautifully done. I'd say, if we're gonna be more technical about it, ladies and gentlemen, of course, being in standoff in a team deathmatch setting, that can be quite tricky because again, you really don't have control where you're spawning, or at least it's gonna go 50-50 whenever you do get picked off. So again, good stuff right here from Equinox. And Super Clark, I'd say I cannot really label a single favorite weapon that I've had in that encounter. But of course, I'm trying, I'm deeply trying not to imply my hatred on KRM at this point. And this is what's funny, because I'm also a shotgun user myself. It's just that I don't like the fact that it's KRM, you know what I mean? Hey, come on, Garena fans, don't hate me for this. It's just my take, alright?
If you know, or if you love shotgun, me too, I love shotgun, but the problem is my every shot is not really connecting. Every time I use a shotgun, dude, is not taking any shot at all.
It's one of those people. It's what they so-called skill issue for everybody. I mean, there are good and bad days. Honestly, the shells they just don't land where they're supposed to, folks. Like, wait, I could swear I pointed it right in the middle, but for some reason it just warped right through them. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That was our TDM King and Equinox taking the whole thing at 2-0. So beautifully done. And can we point out as well, Super Clark, how again the burst streaks, and
On. There you go.
even though we can see the most unusual, again, the most absurd score streaks and operator skills, everything goes. It is a Grand Prix, for the esports day here. So, oh my goodness.
or I should say, idols of the team or the clan you're supporting with. And all you gotta do is make sure to also support or show some love and support in social medias. We are definitely live to all of the social medias that we have from Garena. And let's see, moving on to our program, or I should say schedule, that we have on this Esports Day 2023. We still have a lot of game modes that we're gonna have for you guys, for you to have fun.
You know, for one, Super Clark, I can't pick a favorite when it comes to multiplayer, right? I'm truly 100% a fan of tournament modes, to be honest, specific Hardpoint role, but there's a lot of tactical strength that you need, you know, to be able to push through with these said modes, specifically with Hardpoint, because again, in my opinion, there's a lot that could go wrong when you're doing Hardpoint, especially if you're alone. But when you're with a squad, like, you know, majority of what we're seeing here, then they can definitely make a miracle happen even at the worst of odds. But let's see if that's going to be the case here as we move on to our next mode. I think we're ready to go here for our Esports Day 1.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This is going to be our game 3.
More
What
TDM.
happened to our rail right here? Because there we go. I'm still seeing the same number of teams or players on our rail. So let's see how are they going to somehow, you know, win this battle.
Yeah, you know, again, and usually I'm gonna be one to correct myself. Looks like we're gonna get a best of 5 here, I see. So that's
right.
So that's definitely it. So while this is still a warm up here, folks, can we just say that this is an NA45 that we are seeing? When was the last time your temper was tested by this weapon, Super Clark? Oh my goodness, this is throwback from about 2 years ago, I'd say.
It's been a long time, brother. It's been a long time. Here we go. Someone
complete squad.
Get in already. Hey, that's really a complete squad. So let's see if this is going to be the perfect game or a perfect round for them, so that they can somehow steal that trophy of champion from our Equinox. Let's see what's going to happen. This could be our first ever part of our game 3. Can they win? That's going to be our row getting first kill right away with the use of their sniper, because of the map being used right here. And that's the skills that they really need to showcase on this round. That was really freaking good aim right there.
Okay, here we go. And again, every time there's a spawn match that we will witness, you know, wherever that may be, and then somebody just putting their marksman skills to the test, right? And this is an outlaw, but my personal favorite among the snipers, because you really need to hit those body shots for you to be able to consider, you know, a clean frag off of it, because it doesn't really one tap on the leg, right? So beautifully done so far here on the side of Equinox. We're seeing a good amount of frags here, but not so far, again, Super Clark, as we saw. But I don't want to jinx it. It tends to happen a lot whenever we casters speak about jinxing anything. So here we go. 10-14 so far, still in favor of Equinox Genesis.
That's really the progress that we're talking about earlier. So it only means having a complete squad, really giving them an edge to somehow be close to the scores of our Equinox, just like that. 2-point difference only. And again, this is going to be the last game. This is a best of 5 games. So let's see if our Equinox will be having a sweep at the end of this round, or our Rail will be getting the first W that they really need to have. Oh my God! Another great aim right there using that sniper. Oh, double kill. That was really freaking crazy. That was really a good job right there, going into the trailer and really patiently waiting for the players who come in and show themselves. Another one. Oh my God. That's how you do it. Oh, getting 4 kills right there. Getting that 4 kills using that sniper. He definitely has the skill in using that sniper. And right now they're really leading at 1 point.
This is not a 1v1, sir. So we're seeing a lot of these awesome quick scopes. And again, like I mentioned earlier, Super Clark, there's always going to be that opportunity for these snipers to showcase how they are whenever whenever it's a spawn game, because again, you can just go over and over as much as possible whenever you have the chance to. Now, Row, however, they finally have the lead here, and this is a sizable one as well, Super Clark. It's one that could potentially be what they need to lengthen this journey of being the TDM king. But now 6 frags away, make that 5. Equinox Genesis still on the chase here, and again they are down. They are up by 2 wins, Super Clark. So they just need one more to seal the deal. Oh, shorty kill, really? that's okay. We count those.
There you go. And I'm seeing a new weapon being used right there, the growl being used and striker at the same time. So it was really a great combination. All you need to do is know your role in order for you to somehow be helpful to your teammates in getting a kill point. And just like that, another sniper, that's going to be a DLQ. Let's see how great they are in having more kills. Oh, freaking intense. Annihilator being used right there and adding more kills. But right now, Equinox able to step up right here with a 1 point difference this time, getting additional kill point right there. Oh my god, is this gonna be a sweep win? Is this gonna be a sweep? Oh shoot, congratulations once again to our Equinox. That was really freaking quick there.
Oh my, okay, I was holding my breath the whole time as well, because this is probably the closest the score has ever gotten for both teams. But nevertheless, Yellow/Equinox Genesis still bagging that 3rd match, and beautifully done. This is more than interesting for me, Super Clark, because again, we saw weapons we didn't see prior to this, to that final game. A striker, are you serious? And we got some shorty kills as well, and a beautiful streak.
Right.
Beautiful DLQ streak that we've been seeing, and not to mention the Outlaw, right? So I, for one, I'm not a sniper fan, but whenever I do witness Outlaw players or anybody who snipes, that's an utmost level of respect, I would say, because it does have a really high skill ceiling. So yeah, again, once more, congratulations to Equinox. And again, you can have to forgive me on that one, having said that it's a best of 3, but it is a best of 5. But yes, getting that cleared out, we finally have our TDM king for day 1.
There you go. Congratulations to our Equinox Genesis having a sweep right there with a lot of highlights using that DLQ, and that's another level of skills that we are, that my brother is talking about earlier. And that was really freaking crazy game round. It was really a close battle, but at the end, our Equinox winning that round. Crazy gameplay that they just did on that last round. Congratulations once again.
I would have had an asthma attack if it went down to the wire of 49 and 50, but even with that, even with that small gap, it was already enough to get us on the edge of our seats. And that's only one of the other modes that we're going to be showing here for day number 1. And again, this is serious business, folks, because we do have chunks and chunks of COD points to give away for the winners of our particular modes now. And I just want to highlight some of those moments there, Super Clark, because Fire Range is one of the most El Clasico map that we could always mention when it comes to the mobile. So whenever you spawn somewhere along mid, or maybe if you have good perspective of mid, you're sure to see somebody crossing there willy-nilly. And I think that is one of the reasons why these snipers were actually very confident that they could make such pick-offs, right? I don't even want to name them all anymore, but at least based on what we've seen, it became one of those again, ranked mode moments, right? So, there, I got you. And that's where the highlights happened, by the way. If you noticed, a lot of those picks were off of those zones where C site, right? Basically, Domination C or Command Center. Those were when those highlights actually happened.
And that's really a crazy one, because of that, it showcases their skills on how to get a kill and getting a streak right there. That was really freaking intense, and I think they're gonna have a lot of COD points for winning the first game mode that we have for our Esports Day 2023, which is brought to you by no other than our Garena Call of Duty Mobile. For Team Deathmatch King will be having 50,000 COD points, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember it correctly. Same thing with the next with the next game mode that we're gonna have, Hardpoint King. So that's gonna be another 50,000 COD points. So let's see what team will be playing on our Hardpoint King, because that's gonna be a quick one, taking over the Team Deathmatch. They're really truly the king of our TDM game modes right there. Equinox, Genesis, crazy stuff.
All right, now here we go. As we would like to break it down for you here, ladies and gentlemen, there's 320,000 COD points up for grabs here for all of these modes. So we already saw how Team Deathmatch granted 50,000, a good 50 COD points here, Super Clark. And I'd say that, prior to this, the prop hunt, yes, as fun and as quick as that became, 10,000 COD points really isn't a joke. So you're gonna go home with a lot of these for your lucky draws, ladies and gentlemen. So you would really want to get some of these big bits and pieces of our COD points. So wonderfully done right there. And I'll say it out loud here, ladies and gentlemen, the action just doesn't stop here for Call of Duty Mobile Esports Day 1. But we are going to have to catch our breaths. Not just you guys watching, but of course us casters here bringing you the action. Pica and Super Clark, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
There is no escape.
Targets in sight.
We tied for the lead. Hunter killer.
Targets in sight.
UAV recon ready for deployment. Hunter killer.
Enemy in sight.
Predator missile on standby.
Contact with enemy.
Ma merveilleuse fille Sophie. I'm leaving this message in case, in the event of my death, you will hear many things about me. That I am a murderer, a monster. They may be right. But above all else, I am your father.
Sniper down. Targets in sight. Targets in sight. Hunter killer.
I will cut down any who stand between my daughter and I. I will cut down any who stand between my daughter and I. There is no escape. If I die, take her far from here, to a new life. Humanity is doomed to repeat the same cycles again and again. We will have our Perry someday. This I promise you. If I die, take her far from here to a new life. There is no escape.
Targets in sight.
We tied for the lead. Hunter killer.
Targets in sight.
UAV recon ready. Hunter-killer.
Enemy in sight.
Predator missile on standby.
Contact with enemy.
Ma merveilleuse fille Sophie. I'm leaving this message in case, in the event of my death, you will hear many things about me. That I am a murderer, a monster. They may be right. But above all else, I am your father.
Sniper down. Targets in sight. Targets in sight. Hunter-killer.
I will cut down any who stand between my daughter and I.
And we are back once again for another mode. As you can see earlier, we're gonna play Hardpoint mode this time. So let's see how hard it is in getting a point on this game mode. Because definitely playing a Hardpoint, there's different strategies that we're gonna have right here. Sometimes by tossing a grenade, right, Pica? It helps a lot to somehow lose a lot of energy from grenade explosion, definitely getting a lot of, or I should say, huge damage, and that's the time that you can, you know, take that point and attacking the hard point. That's one of the strategies that you can use in winning a battle, in winning or taking over the hard point on this game mode.
Right. So again, bringing in the action here, ladies and gentlemen. Still here on the mic, yours truly, Pika and Super Clark. So in case you missed it, we've already
I'm not
ticked
hearing
off.
you, brother.
Oh, really? That is interesting. Okay. Hopefully Mission Control can hear me. I'm gonna breathe. Okay, there. Apparently Clark cannot hear me. Super Clark cannot hear me, according to him.
I can hear you now.
Oh, he can hear me now? Okay. I thought I was being pranked. All right. So you guys back there, I know what you guys are doing. I see you. I recognize. Make fun of the guy with gray hair, but anyway, I'm just kidding. So back to the topic at hand. Yeah. So bringing in the action once again. Just allow us to reintroduce ourselves. Pika and Super Clark here, and in case you missed it, we had prop hunt. Yeah, that's the way that we intro things, and we've had our team deathmatch kings. So both have already been granted their winners, and for Hardpoint, it is going to be a big uphill battle, I would say, because there's a lot of COD points on the line here, and as Super Clark mentioned, there's a lot of strategy that goes along with it. So I, for one, am super excited because this is a staple in tournament settings, Super Clark, regardless whether you're pro or whether you're in the casual scene or maybe just in the community, just like what our players are doing right now. It's going to be one of those modes that you cannot turn away from. Now, let's see what they are fighting for here as we look at the prize pool.
And here we go. This is going to be the prize pool for our Hardpoint king. That's going to be another 50,000 COD points for being a king. That was really a lot of COD points right there, to where you can use that to a lot of draw, or I have to say full draw. And as we keep on saying in Filipino, sana all. I hope we can get some. I hope we can get some so that we can somehow experience a full draw. Garita, come on. All right, there you go. And this is going to be our prize pool once again. We have 320,000 COD points right there. And the battle, or the teams that we're going to have for this, our PV Odyssey and 105 Celsius. So let's see if the blue or the red team will be winning this battle, and we're back in the Nuketown. Take it away, brother Pica.
Oh my goodness, of course we're back to Nuketown, folks. So yeah, this is one of those modes that recently just respawned back, all pun intended here to when it comes to Hardpoint, because this disappeared for a bit. Here we go. And again, these frags may matter every now and then, ladies and gentlemen, but of course, your call here is to be the king of the hill. You have to make sure that you hold the Hardpoint as long as possible for you to rack up these points. And yeah, wonderfully enough, this is a good start already on the side of PV Odyssey. So got a good amount of frags here so far, and nothing yet to boast on the side of a Celsius. But again, this is only Hardpoint number 1, so let's see how they're gonna probably retake or just get ahead of them as soon as this minute is up.
That is definitely true, and that's the reason why it's very important on how to somehow hold on to your kill streaks, because it might be useful at the end whenever you are trying to take over the hard point. You can use a lot of, I should say, Goliath or Shock RC or Predator Misa or somehow the Vito to annihilate annihilate hostiles holding, the hard point itself. And that's the reason why it's very important for you to be clever enough on how to get that point, and that's one that we are definitely seeing. That was really freaking scores that we are definitely seeing right now from our PV Odyssey. That was really way ahead from our 105 Celsius, and let's see if there will be another point going on right now. Are they trying to do their best right here? Oh my god, they're really being annihilated, and really our PV Odyssey really on fire right now.
Okay, I was about to say also that they did manage to drop a few of the scrap points right there off of the first hard point, but here we go, still back on the grind. PV Odyssey still staying in hardcore number 2. So pretty easy to get to, but defense wise, both of these hard points 2 and 3, it's gonna be tricky because there are multiple vantage points here, guys. So you gotta make sure that you stay cohesive. You gotta stay intact with your communication. But here we go, PV Odyssey really reaping off the benefits of their score streak. So this is not a good look already on the side of I would say of Celsius, because despite the attempts to actually contest, they are down to the 3. They're up, by the way, on the 3-digit mark, 100-4. This is not one that you would put on your story, Super Clark. So this is gonna be a very uphill battle on the side of 105 Celsius. They have to stop the bleeding while it's fresh. Here we go, still on the clock, still racking up these points is a PV Odyssey.
Rocking up a lot of points as we witness how good they are. 120, and our Celsius not really having a great temperature right now because they're not adding any point right here. They're not really adding a lot of points, and I keep on only seeing 4 right here. Just like that, another one. Oh my god, that's showing a lot of aggression on the side of our Odyssey, taking over the hard point, and our Celsius doesn't know how to take over that one, and using a lot of utilities with the claw right there. That's really the end of the game of our first round. Can you imagine 150 against 4? How can you top it out, right?
Okay. Oh wow. All right. Yeah. I'm not gonna scoff at the effort of 105 Celsius, but my goodness, these boys want these COD points bad. I'll tell that straight up. Odyssey, they want their draws, but here we go. But that is too early for me to conclude, Super Clark. It is only game number 1. It is only first map. So PV Odyssey that does put one on the board. Let's see if a 105 can actually punch back at this. And again, it could be a thing, right? There could be a little bit of a, I wouldn't say an excuse, but one reason that could play a part here would be the map, right? So we know right. How anything can go when it comes to Nuketown. So if they take point, if they take the good lead, then it could be a domino effect. Everything can just fall badly after that. So let's see. Fingers crossed 105 Celsius can still bounce back from that devastating first game.
Or it is only their warm-up. They're warming up, maybe. Let's see what's going to happen in our round 2 because of that score. That was really so far from the scores of our PV Odyssey. And PV Odyssey really doing a great job right there, using all of the utilities with the frog grenades, the one that we were talking about earlier, being tossed every now and then, and using all of the great, I should say, SMZ, and with good mobility gun that they're definitely using. That's how clever they are in winning the battle. So let's see if our Celsius will be warmed up moving to our round 2, Pica.
Yeah, and you know, I never want to spoil. I'm always one to always tease our viewers when it comes to maps, right? So I'm gonna do that. But again, let's bring our point a little bit back towards Nuketown. So I am almost completely allergic to Nuketown already. I will tell you straight up, Super Clark, because of how often you will get queued at this. And speaking of queues, in case some of you are wondering, we're not actually adhering to major tournament setting, whereas Hardpoint would usually land at 250. We're sticking with the 150 here. Granted, it's also a best of 5, and of course, no questions asked. This is community friendly, so we're keeping it light toned as well as, you know, still with something at stake. Just trying to sweat a little bit, not to the point of making it personal. So again, I know that these players are just trying to inch their way into the fun, but at the same time, they know what's at stake. So yeah, here we go. Map number 2. Let's hit it, Super Clark.
All right, let's see if our blue team Celsius this time will be changing their strategies, or a different team that we might be seeing from our Celsius. Who knows if this is going to be the map that they're patiently waiting to have a good battle against our PV Odyssey. We still have 13 seconds to play. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how are they going to revenge or have a sweet comeback on our game 2. Here we go. We're about to start right now, brother. Take it away.
This is Raid again. One of those maps, folks. This has been used one too many times. But of course, I would not disagree with this map choice at all. A lot of memories have been instilled here over at Raid. But here we go. Join first blood frags wise is Odyssey, or rather, yeah, it is Odyssey, I think, or at least for the first frag we go to 105. But they've already started to pile up these seconds. You know, we count by the second here, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who just started playing Hardpoint, you gotta stay in the hill. You can't afford to actually just try to capture it and then leave. Not like how domination would work, because right now, or at least for Hardpoint, this is the essence of it. You have to be the king of the hill. Now, we've already seen a lot of these frags going to the side of Odyssey, and no contest happening whatsoever from Celsius. So Super Clark, this might just be another blowout. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but 105 Celsius needs to start, and needs to start quick.
That is definitely true. They need to act. They need to do more. They need to showcase their skills and somehow remove the, I should say, or be fearless in attacking our PV Odyssey, because they're taking it away once again on our game 2. That's really a bad image that we're definitely seeing right now from our Celsius, because they got no score yet, and our PV Odyssey having a great takeover on all of the hard points that we are definitely having, as you can see right there, using another thumper, getting that kill. That was really freaking intense. A huge battle and trying to take over that one, but being killed at the same time, losing that chance and taking over the hard point. Oh my god, there you go, another battle, another kill point that they're really getting, even if we're changing our hard point location already. So that's the reason why they're just really need to be aware how long are they going to stay on that hard point before it changes, so that they can move ahead and definitely take over right away. But this time I'm still not seeing any scores from our team Celsius.
No, this is what I was talking about. Hardpoint is very momentum based. Now, coming off of their first game, I have not seen any successful attempts here of a contest, or at least a takeover on the side of 105 Celsius. So yeah, Super Clark, I dare say that Odyssey, they want to close this out with a bang, right? Like, I know they want to establish authority, and the fact that they're actually using everything meta that they could get their hands on, this just means that Odyssey really wants to go for it. Oh, but here we go. The clock has started ticking blue here on the side of 105 Celsius. Let's see if they can continue this, because they're going to have to capture about minimum 2 hard points straight for a whole minute. So here we go. Good start rather on the side of Odyssey. But let's see if, as you said, could this be vengeance? If Celsius manages to sustain this hard point number 3, they still have a couple more hard points to maybe, again, potentially, and it's a big if here, Super Clark, if a Celsius could actually, you know, stay composed, I would say, and just again play Hardpoint as they should.
That is definitely true. Play hard and keep the momentum because they're getting some scores right now. That's really a good scores. Although it's really too far from our PV Odyssey, they just really need to manage that momentum on how to use that momentum at their advantages, because right now that's 33 total points already, and they just really need to go crazy and do some miracle work so that they can grab a better win on this game. 113. Oh my god, they're taking it away. We still have 50 seconds before we change our hard point once again, and here we go. Oh my god, that drone, you got to be careful though. That's really a good activation of that drone, knowing and finding that intel and really trying to attack all of the opponents that he is definitely seeing from that drone and grabbing the kill points once again. Great job, and 55 on our Celsius. Another kill point from our Odyssey right now. They're really going too far right now from the scores. So let's see what's gonna happen. How long are they going to survive? How long are they going to take point? How long are they going to really think of any ways on how to survive on this one, or somehow be close to the scores of our PV Odyssey?
That's just 80, you know, just simple. We're just 80 points behind. It's not like it's a big deal here. Okay, but here we go. Now, PV Odyssey again trying to put a lid on this already to end the summer. 105 Celsius. And again, as you mentioned, good use of a drone there, but the blogger over there just got sniffed out of the air. I would dare say, good attempt, yes. Got a few good moments, but again, you know, PV Odyssey right here, they can hang back a little bit. We're seeing that right now. You know, they're able to just leave this hard point out of their sight for a little bit, get them score streaks in. And you know, I'd say so, Clark. This is, I wouldn't call it mercy round, but I think they are. They are really just looking. Look at what's going on here, man.
Is that a nuke? Is that a nuke?
It is.
Oh
It is. Oh, that is pain.
Man.
That is pain. That is absolute pain. And here we go. 105 a hobby. False captain sequence. Oh man, Jess, you are merciless. You are absolutely merciless at this point. I don't know. They really want to buy something, Super Clark. I just know it. Now here we go. Just a few seconds, and they're gonna end this. Oh man, with authority once again for game number 2, PV Odyssey. Just breezing through second game.
They were savage. They were truly savage, dude. Using that nuke? Come on, man. PV Odyssey winning that battle with the exclamation point right there. That was really freaking phenomenal performance. I should say phenomenal because of that nuke. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, no.
Congratulations once again, brother.
Oh, man.
Any takeaways?
You know, I'll say it out loud. You know, it was really one way. It really became all PV the whole time. But I don't discredit 105. This is still gonna be a long enough day. But look at that, man. Like having a nuke, that's a statement in a tournament nonetheless. So I'm pretty sure that's going to his story, man. Like I am pretty sure that screen record has been hit, and he's gonna be talking about that the whole day to his clan, maybe the whole week, or up until the next update. So let's see how that's gonna be moving forward. We still have one more. We still have another chance, or maybe just a few more chances, maybe potentially 2, on the side of 105. You know, for them to make that comeback. And Raid, it's very unforgiving. You know, you have 5 hard points. You know, as small as the map can be, there's really a lot of rotations that can happen. Specifically after the rotunda, after hardpoint 1. Everything seems to be like a real big back and forth. But coming off of kitchen, you're gonna have to go to garage, and then garage to basketball court, back to mid, and then, you know, all the way to square one. A lot of things can happen along the way, Super Clark. But the fact of the matter is, they barely gave 105 time to breathe, or they didn't even reach 3-digit when it comes to the captures, right? So
at least we saw some great progress on that game, right? Before the nuke hit. Come on. Right before the nuke hit. But we know for a fact that it was really crazy battle right there. But I know that was really the one that you're talking about, brother, earlier. It was really a legit bragging rights. Can you imagine? We're just having fun right here. I know we're having fun. It is not really, you know, the major tournaments that we're definitely having from Garena Call of Duty Mobile, but that was really crazy right there. That was really freaking intense. So let's see what's gonna happen if they can come back in the most somehow, legit way and getting a kill from getting a win from our PV Odyssey. There you go. Another map. So let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Takeoff, man. And I don't want to be again a big jinx. I'm not the black cat who crosses your path here. But if a nuke happens here again, so help me heavens, this is gonna be painful on the side of 105 Celsius. Now, on PV Odyssey's side, I think at this point. Oh, but look at this! For the first time in forever here, Super Clark,
Right.
105 Celsius is actually in the hard point. So big start here off of the rotunda. Let's see if they can hold it. Oh, but just like that, they already abandoned it. This is not the time to be loitering here, 105 Celsius. But here we go. Immediate contest on the side of PV Odyssey. Gets a few frags of their own. And already tying things up, man. That could be just a tease, Super Clark, of what is to come. Now, the hardpoint turning green. Let's see if PV Odyssey can sustain this. Again, go for another sweep. I don't know. Or 105 Celsius. Maybe, just maybe. As you said, they could be warming up.
Right. And they just really need to change their temperature right now to Fahrenheit. So that they can get more poise right now. But that was really a good start because right off the bat, they got a 4 kill point right away. But right now, our PV Odyssey really proving that, hey, we are here and we are on fire. We can definitely duplicate our performances for 2 rounds already. And just like that, 22 kill points right away. That's really an intense and a great takeaway from that hard point. So let's see if we're going to see any blue hard point in terms of in favor of Celsius. So let's see how crazy they are and somehow changing their strategies. They really need to change how they play. They really need to change all of the weapons that they're using if that didn't work, because they really need to talk about it. They really need to go back to the drawing board. What would happen in the 2 rounds already? And they just really don't need to repeat that one, because if they do, and that will happen right here. 34-35 right now from Odyssey.
Notice how there's also a good amount of rotation coming off of PV Odyssey here, Super Clark. It means that they're really confident how they can potentially even hold or at worst take back the hard point here. Just like I said, they leave it for a few seconds, just spare a bit of points. Maybe leave some scraps for 105 Celsius to actually try to push through and get some frags along the way. But now moving to the next one, let's see how. Again, look at this. I was about to say, look at the mini map. How they're just pretty close, but they're not really overextending, not really preemptively going for the hard point just yet. But that might be an opening that 105 Celsius will need. Again, this is not so far off. One hard point, and they can either tie things up or even surpass PV Odyssey. Oh, but never mind. They're not here to play. PV Odyssey just goes back on the board. Make that clock tick yellow. Let's see how this is gonna go and take off amongst all the maps. But, have you ever played hardpoint in this map? Honestly, because it's a pain. It's a real pain in the rear.
I do, but it was really a large map to play with the hard point, and that's a lot of rotation that you can do right there, and you got to make sure that you got a good mobility. And as you can see from, as you mentioned earlier, for looking at the mini map that we have, I'm only seeing 3 to 2 players sometimes being the slayer and being, taking over the hard point. I think that's the role of our PV Odyssey, just, assigning 2 players or 3 players just to take that hard point, and the other 2s will be roaming around and doing some flash so that they can get a kill, and our Celsius will be having a great blocker and trying to take over of the hard point, and that's what we are seeing right now. And that's really effective strategies that our PV Odyssey is really doing and getting another kill. As you can see right there, they're really taking away this round once again. 87-88 total points. Oh my god, how much more that you can take from this round.
And don't look now, but we're already seeing a good 20 bomb plus on the side of PV Odyssey. So yeah, there's definitely a denial of a nuke here, because maybe at this point there would have already been somebody who racked up a streak, right, a good one. But EJ, I'd say, already on the board, or rather really working his way to maybe dropping a 30. But I'm not so sure if I can read this right. If this is Dino that I'm seeing with 24 so
Dino,
far.
I think so.
Yeah. If that's Dino, then this man is on a tear. 25 already on a silver age. so basically, let's see if they're gonna be able to keep going. And already 3 of them with 20 frags. This is